Buenos Aires, amigos y amigas from a suburb of Detroit, the basement of my home. And in this video, I'm going to talk about music, dance, art, different things in the Lake Chapala area, cultural centers, things like that. But I'm also going to touch a little bit on San Miguel de Allende, where I lived for 6 months a few years ago, or about 6 years ago. I lived here for 6 months, but then came up to the Ajijic Chapala area, tell you a little bit about that, and then tell you about some of my visits to Guadalajara, which is really easy to get to from the Lake Chapala area. But first, let me talk about a lot of the music there. You're going to find a great mix of eclectic music, different kinds, just about any kind you want to listen to if you go there. You're going to find Latin rock. You're going to find cultural music, classical music. People will be playing violins, cellos, things like that. Different restaurants, cultural centers, Malecons, different places, but you'll find a lot of music. You'll find expats like to go there because they like to join in with the open mic sessions in Chapala and Ajijic, and they like to go play with the Mexican musicians there. And then often they'll play in their bands with the local Mexican musicians. Now, you can find Latin rock there, salsa music, all kinds of rhythms and stuff over there. Now, you can find young bands. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of young Mexican musicians that go down there or that live there in the Lake Chapala area, and they are excellent. They are great. They've been in many of the videos I've uploaded to this channel. Groups are in their 20s and 30s, and they are really, really good. I know one of the groups travels to San Miguel de Allende and plays there. San Miguel de Allende, of course, we know it's a cosmopolitan city, not as big as Guadalajara, nowhere near as big as Guadalajara, which is also can be considered a cosmopolitan city, but they are groups that are there, young groups. They'll be going to play in Guadalajara. They'll be picked different gigs to play in contests in Guadalajara. I know of at least 3 bands, young bands, that went up there to perform in competitions there with other bands. So they are good bands in the Lake Chapala area. You're going to find older musicians, of course. They're really good. You'll find anything you want to listen to. You're going to find blues, jazz. You'll find different type of Latin rock, things like that. All these things you can dance to if you want, or just sit down. There's easy listening groups like the cello player and the violin player, duets. You'll find guitarists and violin players playing together as duets. You'll find music in the plaza and at the cultural centers. I'll get into that in a minute, but you can go to the plazas and hear musicians wherever you go, whether it's a Cotepec, Chapala, or Ajijic, and you'll find events, really nice events. There will be music events in those towns. They'll have stages set up, and you can go outdoors, listen to some great music. And also, before I go any further, there is a slew of restaurants in our music venues as well. You can find music early in the afternoon. There will be bands that will be starting up. Then later on, you'll go to a place, they'll be starting at 5. Then you'll go to another place if you want. They'll be starting at 7. Then, if you wanted to, you can find bands that are starting at 9 o'clock, and they'll go on for a couple or a few hours. So you have got a real hotbed of music there. Let me see, I'll try to go on a little further. There's some jazz. I heard a fusion band, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with the band Weather Report, the old band Weather Report. But there was a fusion group, a jazz group. I've seen them play on different occasions. I remember seeing them one time. They sounded like they had a keyboardist at the time, and they sounded like like the band Weather Report. They were great, but I'll tell you, you'll find a lot of, you'll find jazz and different things. You're going to find dancers there. You're going to find traditional dancers. You're going to find flamenco dancers. I remember the first time I got there, and I'd come back up here frequently to my home, but in 2019, I went into the cultural center in Ajijic on the Carretera. At the time, it was called, I believe, the La Floresta Cultural Center. Great auditorium, great acoustics, really inexpensive. I saw a jazz band there, and then they had a flamenco dancer come in. I believe they were from Guadalajara, and they came down to perform there. You're going to find a lot of different performers coming from Guadalajara also. You'll even find artists that'll come down to to the Lake Chapala area as well. Now, you'll find a lot of local artists that are really, really good. I'll tell you, there are some really good local artists there in the Lake Chapala area. Mexican artists, oh my God, there are just so many of them. Now, I'll tell you about a couple of expats I know. Both were curators for museums, art museums up in the States. I know both of them. One of them likes to be low profile. The other lady, she'll talk more about it, and I know them both. And they are nice people, and they're really exceptional artists. You're going to find even more expat artists that are exceptional artists in the Lake Chapala area. You'll find murals. You'll find, of course, Mexican artists. They are great. You'll find a lot of art there. You're going to find, wow, just a lot of things there, Now, they do have some theater. There's two theaters there. You'll find one's the Bear Theater in Ribeiras del Pilar, but there's also what's called the Little Theater. They put on theatrical productions. The Little Theater in San Antonio, Tlacopan. Of course, they're not the big things like you're going to find in Guadalajara, but they are good. I've been to the Little Theater before. Never have been to the Bear Theater in Ribeiras del Pilar yet, but so there is some theater. Now, of course, you might want to go to Guadalajara. The big operas, the big things. Sure, that's available, and that's only an hour away or less. Now, different ways you could travel there. You can travel to Guadalajara by taking a direct bus to Guadalajara. It'll get you there pretty quick. I used to go on day trips and even stay there overnight, and I'd get an Airbnb over there. But you can also stay there overnight, get a hotel room. There are some hotel rooms in Centro, in the square there in Guadalajara. Really good, reasonable rates, by what I understand. And you could also ride around on the railway system. I've done videos on the railway system before. People have seen it in the videos and went up to or over to Guadalajara and did get on the railway systems. They run underground and overground. They'll take you around Guadalajara, and they'll also get you over to Tlaquepaque, Tonalá, and other places. So those are fun. But you can get a cab back if you want. A taxi back I know I've taken taxis from Tlaquepaque and Guadalajara before, and they are pretty reasonable, very, very reasonable, nowhere near what you'd be paying if you were up here. Very affordable and reasonable. And then especially if you get 2 or 3 people in a taxi, you team up, it's going to reduce the cost quite a bit. So take the direct bus. I think it was 60 pesos when I first started taking direct buses there. I don't know how much they are, but I don't think they went up much, really, not much at all. And the thing about taking the direct buses is they'll get you there and you won't have all those stops as if you took the local buses there. But getting back to talking about museums. You're going to find, of course, a lot of museums, art galleries there. I like to go to museums and art galleries there and art exhibitions in Guadalajara. I've done that before, but you will find art galleries in the Lake Chapala area. You'll find some smaller galleries, really good work there. You're going to find art auctions there, professional artists, and even other people who are trained by professional artists. You'll have art auctions there. Really excellent art auctions in the plaza. There will be children's art auctions at the Lake Chapala Society. Sometimes I bought art from there, and a children's art auction in the plaza before. So I like to buy stuff from local artists, and you'll see that the culture-wise, it's just quite a bit. I'll tell you, it's a win-win situation. Once again, not cosmopolitan like San Miguel de Allende or Guadalajara, but you'll find a lot of culture there. Now, you'll find people coming from Guadalajara, a lot of musicians, dancers, artists, and they'll be coming down to the Lake Chapala area and showing their art. There'll be dancers coming, and they're from Guadalajara. So sometimes you don't always have to go to Guadalajara. But of course, I say go there too if you wish. But there are some good performers. There'll be musicians, dancers, artists. Now, if you go to the cultural centers, you're going to find a lot there. Jacotepec, the cultural center there, you're going to find a lot of art, a lot of things there. There's classes that you can take there. I'll tell you more about. Oh, I have already put up a video from that cultural center, many videos actually from the cultural center. If you scroll back through the backlog of videos, you won't find them all on your phone, but on your I can't. But if you go on a laptop, you can scroll through and see those videos. But even some recent videos from Jacotepec Cultural Center also. I never filmed any videos. Oh yes, I did, from the big cultural center on the carretera in Ajijic. I said I was there before. They renovated it. It's beautiful. I covered the facade in one video and did a short interview with a local artist, an expat. Also, I went there to see some dancers recently from Michoacán de los Membrillos. They were folkloric dancers. They were great musicians there. Guess what? Only $10. I paid for my tickets 200 pesos. Now, I didn't get there on time to get the tickets that were 250 pesos. That would have been a little more. That would have been like $12.50, the exchange rate, and I missed that. But every seat in that auditorium, every seat is great. And the same thing you'll find in Chapala, at the Chapala Cultural Center there. They have one in Centro, another nice auditorium you can go to, listen to music. There's art there too. I put up videos, music videos from there. Also, art. There was an art exhibit last year. I put up some videos about that. It's really, really interesting stuff. Now, excuse me. I do go to. There's another cultural center. It's in Chapala. It's considered a cultural center. That's the Gonzales. That's on Gonzales Gallo. Not just a few streets up from Parque de Cristiania. You can go there, the old train station. Sometimes they'll have concerts inside, but they'll also have concerts outside that'll be free. You don't have to pay anything. And I'll tell you, the concerts I've seen, I'll tell you more about them at the Cultural Center in Chapala, were free. Now, you're going to find a lot of good musicians from Ajijic and the Lakeside area, but Chapala, other towns playing there. But you'll also get a lot of really good professional, also some other professional musicians. They'll come in from Guadalajara. Very sophisticated, eclectic, traditional music you can listen to, really good. They bring dancers in there, professional dancers, and you'll find that also. I've done videos about that, as well as the Cultural Center in Chapala. In that auditorium, they have an auditorium there, really good acoustics. Now, what else do I want to say? I didn't write a list, or I didn't make it outline, but you can find a lot of culture all over the lakeside area. Now, I'll get to music and musicians in a minute. There is a cultural center in the plaza, Ahihi Plaza. Beautiful cultural center. They got like a stage and like a little auditorium there. They set up chairs. Beautiful cultural center. You can enter that. There's murals all over the place, and you'll find murals in all the other cultural centers. But they've got a lot of murals covering up on the ceilings, everything. Acotepec has some good murals. Ahik, Chapala, they have a lot of murals and good things to see. But what I want to say, that is a good place to go to. Now, the Ahihik Cultural Center, the other one in the plaza, you can hear recital music there. I've heard violins, guitars, different things. Also, I just uploaded a short video that I recorded a long time ago, put a clip in the short version. There's a cello and a violinist, and they were playing in Ahihik. There's also cultural music. You're going to find violins, different types of Mexican instruments that are percussion instruments, etc. That you'll find over. You can go over to the Malecons, listen to them. Also, mariachi bands. Wow, they are smoking. There are some really good mariachi bands, but don't go anywhere because I'm going to talk about other types of music in a couple of minutes. But I want to talk to you about the mariachis. Wow, they are so good. You go there, you'll see dancers with the mariachis. You can see them for free. In the Ahihi Plaza, you'll find them in Acotepec, you'll find them in Chapala, you'll find them on the Malecons, you'll find them all over the place. And they are wonderful to see, and the music is great to listen to. I personally know one of the leaders of mariachi group, Ahihik Rael, and I also have a friend that plays with them. He's from one of the local towns, and they help teach young children the tradition of mariachi coming up. So preserve the tradition there. But now let's get into talking about rock, jazz, blues, etc. A lot of expats. See how much. Oh, this is a long time. So you'll find young musicians. You'll find older musicians. You'll find a mixture of different types of music. You're just gonna love it there. Now, of course, once again, Guadalajara. It's a big place, metropolitan type of city, big city, much bigger than San Miguel de Allende, but San Miguel de Allende is also considered a metropolitan city, and a lot of people like to go there as well. But I'll tell you, you're so close to Guadalajara to see things. I go to art exhibitions there too. Art galleries in Guadalajara. There are big ones, nice ones, cultural centers there too. But I also go to, I like going to the ones in the Lake Chapala area also. You have a lot of choices and a lot of diversity there. A lot of eclectic type of things that you can do in not only in Guadalajara, but in the Lake Chapala area as well. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of these things don't cost anything, some do. You'll find out, and you'll really enjoy going down there. So let me see how much time. We're almost going on 20 minutes. I think I'm going to cut this video. I want to say thanks for viewing. Check out the culture, including of course, which includes the music, art, and dance. They're all over the place, all over the lakeside area, so you can catch them there, and then also go up to Guadalajara if you wish. And you can even take a taxi back once again if it's a little late at night, or stay at one of the hotels in Guadalajara and stay at one of the hotels. There's a couple big hotels, really good over in the plaza or the square there in Central. I haven't stayed in any of those. I've been to Airbnbs before, stayed overnight and really enjoyed it there in Guadalajara and different cities there, little parts of neighborhoods of cities, but it's always been a lot of fun. So with that, now that I got a car, not after, I didn't have a car when I first went there, but I've had a car now for 3 years up there. Let's see, a little more than 3 years. And I drive when I go up there, and I really enjoy myself. So with that, thanks for viewing. Tap on that notification bell. You'll be notified of upcoming videos. Lengthy video. I just wanted to put a lot into it. I probably could have put even more. So with that, please tap on that notification bell, and you'll be notified of upcoming videos. Thanks for viewing, and hasta luego.